Grace and strength is what comes to mind when we look at the picture of Lesley jumping over a hurdle. Wow, this snapshot speaks for itself and leaves us nothing but amazed.
Yes, Lesley Tashlin was the fastest 100-meter hurdler in 1995 in Canada, and seeing her in person would have been even more impressive from what we heard from the people that were lucky enough to watch her train, see her compete on television, or participate in one of her Need for Speed clinics she coached at Haliburton Highlands Secondary School back in the 90s.
This Haliburton-grown athlete was already an OFSA champion for both badminton and track and field during her time at HHSS. No wonder she won the 1987 HHSS Female Athlete of the Year award. Lesley still holds the 100-meter hurdles record at Haliburton Highlands Secondary School after 34 years.
Lesley Tashlin went on to participate in 6 major international competitions: the Pan Am Games twice, the Commonwealth Games twice, the Francophone Games, and the greatest competitive stage of them all, the Olympic Games, where she represented Canada in 2 events in 1996. That definitely deserves another wow.
She was, in fact, the first Haliburtonian to go to the Olympics at 27 years old, demonstrating a lot of hard work and perseverance. An additional impressive fact is that she could combine being an elite athlete and a dedicated mother.
When we look at Lesley, we can easily identify with her, as she grew up here. She ran on the same tracks, she went to the same schools, and she was a role model to her siblings. And she loved her sport.
Above all, the greatest wow is how an athlete so talented can be so humble. She already has her name stamped as one of Canada's greatest hurdlers.
We believe Lesley has not been recognized by her hometown in the way she should be. As a class, we have advocated for her and received support nationwide from organizations like Athletics Canada, among others.
If we could be inspired and identify with one local girl on the Wall of Heroes, it would be her. We are so proud of her. Let's wow everyone by putting a combination of grace and strength on the wall.
Taly Williams was the first Haliburton High School student to become a professional football player, paving the road for the future football players of this town.
We heard that football back in the day was the sport at Haliburton Highlands Secondary School. Even the principal, Gary Broman, was the coach.
It seemed that Taly, freshly back in Haliburton, was able to switch from competitive level volleyball and basketball to football and track and field in an increasingly smooth manner, establishing records still unbeaten to this day at HHSS.
When we see Taly, we see an upbeat, versatile athlete who was not only competent at picking up any sport he encountered, but also an athlete who was able to learn the sport in a very short period of time and showed above average ability.
He started football at HHSS and again at the University of Waterloo and went on signing a professional contract in a record of time. That's a first, wow.
We also see a well-balanced student and athlete. Being academic and athletic and excelling at both doesn't come without hard work and talent. Taly had the second highest academic achievement in his final year of high school and then went on to study engineering in the University of Waterloo. That's the second wow.
We also see a brilliant problem solver. After retiring from professional football, Taly used his combination of academic and athletic knowledge to invent engineering wonders that could make other players better in their sport. Taly's YouTube channel has more than 4.7 million views on his tutorials.
Growing up in Haliburton, surrounded by fresh, clean water sources, certainly also had an impact on him. He works hard to save our beautiful planet, using engineering brilliance to treat extremely impaired water sources. Yes, we are already at our third wow.
Taly's brilliance, talent, and constant growth are obvious to so many. Among them, the university he attended, the leagues he belonged to, the people he touched, even a famous football player like Pinball Clemens.
So it's time for the town Taly grew up in to celebrate him and what he deserves. He inspires us. He's one of us.